We are back with our friend from State Farm, Miss Amy Bowman. It's always a treat to talk with you. And I think we're going to have to do segment after segment after segment because we got a lot to talk about. We really do. Hurricane Helene came through. And it's really been interesting because I noticed, I don't know if anybody else did, that they have actually increased the hurricane season for another month. Instead of it being, you know, August to October, it's the end of November now, which I find really interesting. And I'm just curious, now that we've had some devastating hurricanes, can we talk in general a little bit about how that affects you and how then you can help prepare us?
Sure. Well, just to clarify, we've always had the season ending at the end of November, but we have not had storms that have really reminded us of this. These storms coming so late in the season, you know, when we had Hurricane Matthew come through the Lowcountry in 2016, that was actually on October the 8th. At that time, that seemed to be a late storm. And then here we are, not just with Helene, but also with Milton following through. So, you know, first and foremost, hearts go out to our folks, not just in the upstate of South Carolina, western North Carolina, but our Florida partners, and even Augusta, Georgia, that area too also experienced a lot of devastation. So, you know, the main thing to keep in mind when we've experienced a claim is knowing ahead of time what are the procedures. What happens if I've evacuated, I can't get home, I need to file a claim? How do I do that?
Yeah, where do I even start?
Where do you even begin?
When do I do it? Do I go home and clean up the debris as I'm filing? How does all this work?
And you know, sometimes you can't get back. You know, that is one of the things. We're not quite sure what that damage looks like.
Okay.
I would just want to impress don't be afraid to reach out to your carrier, whether it's through their toll-free number. A lot of times carriers now have online portals where you can download their app. You can file a claim that way. If you have an agent, try to reach out to your insurance agent as well, who can also help facilitate that.
Can I ask a basic question?
Yeah.
What am I filing a claim for? In other words, if I go in my house and a tree has gone through it, am I filing a claim for my sofa that it hit? Am I filing a claim for the roof and the walls and the paint? Help.
Yep. So the first thing we want to know is what caused the loss.
Okay.
Was it the wind that blew the tree down onto the roof and damaged the personal contents? Or am I sloshing in water because we've had rising water, which would indicate a flood event? So the main thing we want to distinguish is, what is the cause of loss?
Why? Why is that important?
Well, that'll determine what policy takes place. If you've had wind damage, your homeowner policy. If you've had rising water or surge, that is your flood insurance policy. So those are two distinctive policies, and they don't overlap each other.
So if a tornado comes through, that's considered a wind event?
Correct.
Okay, all right. If a storm surge comes through, that's a flood event?
Correct.
Okay. Are there ever both?
There can be, but normally that's for the adjuster to come in and review that, okay? They're going to look and inspect for all sudden and accidental causes of loss.
Okay. So the wind has taken my living room. Do I send you a picture of my sofa? How do we then, again, help?
So your very first start is filing the claim. Submitting the loss either through your online portal, through the 800 number, directly through your agent. Get that loss report filed. And we want to know if the home is habitable. If the tree has fallen on the side of the house, but yet we still are able to have power, even if the power's off temporarily, if we know that we don't have a safety issue, wires aren't down, that helps us determine if we need to supply coverage for you to live elsewhere while that home is being looked at.
And I know we've got 10 seconds and I've got 40 questions. So we're going to take a break here on Carolina Women. And please, every month, look forward to Amy talking, because she's going to build on all of this. I think it's really valuable information. Stay with us, more to come here on Carolina Women.